Hello everyone, Jurassic Man here, and today we're gonna be reviewing the Rampage the movie Lizzie set. I think it's called the Big City Brawler. Anyways, this is a new figure from Lanard, the same people who did the Kong Skull Island toys. And today they're gonna do another movie with a giant monkey. But this time, instead of reviewing the monkey first, which I don't have yet, I'm gonna review the better ones. And that is the Big City Brawler Lizzie. So before I start this review, let me get right to the package. Now the box itself is pretty huge, and for a $15 toy, this is pretty okay and pretty cool. It's in this glass panel box, which is similar to that of the Kong Skull Island toys. And on the side you have the main characters. There's George, Ralph, and Lizzie. It's a Walmart exclusive by Lanard. And you can see this is the Big City Brawler version. And if you go on the side, you see more of the same stuff. And then on the back of the box, you get this nice this nice Photoshop rendition of the figure. And it actually looks a bit better here than the actual thing. Now it does have a few stuff, and from a lot of reviews I've seen, this is basically a repaste of every set. The only difference are the actual creatures themselves, but everything else is the exact same. You see in the back of the box there's these texts. You can read that if you want. It's just a description of the story. It has nothing to do with Lizzie at all. And she comes with jaw jumping action and tail swinging, and that's pretty much it. On the other side, you get this another window, which you could have seen Lizzie right through here, and that's basically it. And on top, you get Rampage the movie with George, Lizzie, and Ralph, and that's basically it with the box. And the box itself is pretty cool. In case you want to take the figure and put it back inside a box for display, you can do that because the tail comes reattached, and I can do that in a moment. So let's get right to the figure. Now Lizzie herself is a pretty big figure. I mean, if I remember correctly, some people say this is at least 16 centimeters long. That's pretty long, and basically it's a foot and a half. And it comes in this very nice coloration and details on it. Something tells me this is actually the ones from the movie, the models, and are just copied and pasted into figure form. And that's basically what it is. Now, if this is from the movie model, you can tell that this new rendition of Lizzie is huge. Now, I never heard of Rampage before until the movie came out, or the movie trailer, and I looked it up, and the game looks pretty okay. It's an arcade game from, I think, the 80s. And it's basically just giant monsters fighting. I mean, who wouldn't love monster movies? Apparently the media doesn't. Apparently the general audience don't like monster movies no more, which is why we always get like all these stupid drama movies and action heroes that are very slim and skinny, which makes Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson a very odd choice to use here, but pretty acceptable considering that he's a action man of this era. So yeah, it comes with a tail. Now this tail is supposed to be swinging action, but this isn't much of a swing. It comes detached, and you just plier it back in, and you can just take it off and put it back in this box in case you don't like the figure. Of course, I wouldn't see why you don't like this figure. It's a really cool one. The color scheme is very basic. It's a green crocodiling color, and the oxyderm plates have turned into spikes. And the huge teeth are very gnarly, and it comes with this very boar-like tusk, as you can see here. The feet themselves are gnarly as well too, along with the underbellies and on the side. And the tail comes in this fan spiked out. It's pretty cool. And it shows basically the same on the other side. All throughout, this is a really cool and very detailed figure. Like I said before, this is probably the model from the movie, so This is basically what it is in the movie. Now, one thing I have a problem with is this. It's very hard to see because of the camera, but her eyes, she has a very, very narrow section in the face. It looks like a gator on top, but her eyes are very close together. There's hardly any brain in between. So let's get right to the action feature. There is a button right here, as you can see. Right here. And what you do is that you press it down and the mouth opens and the gills move. Now mine's doesn't really have much of a feature, but the gills don't work very well. This gill works better than the other one. And it's very hard. I've seen people do it, it's so easy. They're probably stronger than me. But yeah. Now the jaw, you can move by itself, and these jaws are very awkward. I mean, look at those dentures. For a gator, this must be very hard to bite on something. But this is a giant monster that's been, or this is a gator that's been mutated. So yeah, there's that. Now the tail action feature, like I said before, is hardly an action feature. And it just wishes around. But this isn't the only thing that came with it. I mean, the other sets, they come with vehicles and play sets. This one just came with her and a human figure. And let's get right to the human figure. You get your run-in-the-mill average Joe. Or should I say the average Lanard. It's one of their many figures. They're called a core line if I remember correctly. And they're basically army sets that date back from, like, I think G.I. Joe times. So there's that. Articulation wise, it's actually pretty okay. I mean, I just revealed it. It has ball joints, it has swivels on the biceps, more joints on the elbow. That's as far it goes. But the hands are static, so you can't turn them. It also has head articulation that swiv side to side. They even have a bit of a articulation on the top. Waist has a cut right between on top of the hips. Legs go forward this far and that far. The knees can bend backwards this much, and they don't do much. And like the hands, the feet or the boots are static. So yeah, if this is based on the character in the movie, I have no idea. But he works as a good a meal for Lizzie. I mean, you just open the jaw, slide him in, and then rawr, she eats them. So yeah, that's basically the Rampage, the movie, big Lizzie figure from the new Rampage movie based on the game. I'm really hoping this movie succeeds because this is a really cool figure. And Kong was really good. I don't know why people don't like that. It's a reimagined. It's America owned, so it's not Godzilla. It's King Kong. Well, Kong, since Warner Brothers does not have the rights to it. But anyways, hopefully next time I can get the George. And let's get right into comparisons in a second. Here's Lizzie compared to the original Kenner JP06 Triceratops, the big Triceratops. And probably the only Triceratops we're ever going to get in the franchise. Please, Mattel, make a big Triceratops. We really need one. And it goes very well. I mean, you can make him snack one another, or make her snack him, or her. Her eat her. Nah, they're both girls. And here's Lizzie compared to the original JP Raptor. And of course, you can make her eat her again. So, yeah. You can make her eat her. Blah, and that's pretty much it. And of course, this is her compared to a Black Series figure. And let's get the little army man here. Overall, this is they're supposed to be taller, but apparently he's almost as tall as them. So there's that. And like before, she can eat him too. Okay, so that's the review for the Lanard Rampage the movie Big City Brawler Lizzie figure, and overall it's a pretty good figure. I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. My only problem is that the action features seem to be a bit stuck on mine. Some people are loose, others are okay. Posability wise, you can't really pose her because her legs are in a fixed position, so basically that's the only pose she can make. Overall, she's a really good figure to have and very nice to have in your collection, in box or out of box. So I hope you guys liked this review. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.